Good morning. I am with Al Langford and his wife June Langford. And we're going to talk with Al specifically today and hear a little bit about his life story. And Al has it written out for us, which is really helpful, and I've read it, and there's some really good things for us to hear. So Al, I invite you to read the question and then read your answer. And if you wouldn't mind going now.
Okay. How I came to dedicate my life to Jesus. At the age of 13, my best friend's father suffered a heart attack, which moved him to talk to the Lord and promised him to search and find God's truth. This began my journey. My friend Albert and I accompanied him Sunday after Sunday from denomination to denomination to find the one that best followed the instructions in the Bible. After many Sundays, my friend's father, from his personal studies, had compiled a list of numerous things that the early church practiced. Finally, we came upon a small congregation of worshipers in a house on Maplewood Avenue in West Toronto. During the service, the visiting preacher, Brother Rockcliffe from West Virginia, spoke on every point George Broome had on his list. The three of us were baptized into Christ. When I was about 20 years old, I realized I had not repented and changed my lifestyle, and spoke to Don Perry, and I went forward and repented in tears, and Don baptized me into Christ. What were some of your life changes and how? God went to work and my life did change. God moved me and my family to Scarborough, and my mother and I began to worship with the Strathmore congregation. It was here that I met with a group of young people who were in love with Jesus, and my faith began to grow. One of the young women there was June Terrell, who caught my attention. God made another great change in my life. After 2 years, June the 6th, 1953, June and I were married. June and I became interested in starting a new work with a group of Christians and began meeting with them on Sunday afternoon in Ajax. Jeff Ellis preached every Sunday afternoon in a rented room in the school. The caretaker, who had to be there, was the first convert in Ajax. When our first child was 3 months old, we bought a house in Ajax where our family and the church began to grow. How did God sustain, encourage, and hold you up? God has always sustained, encouraged, and held us up. When we needed a house, we were offered money for a mortgage by a brother in Christ. We went to his house every 3 months and paid what we could and had a cup of tea with him. When we needed a larger house for our 3 children, God moved a stranger to phone us and offer their house on our terms. We paid less than he paid 8 years before. It was a nice 3-bedroom brick bungalow. Now, at 92, God is still looking after us. When my aorta burst in July and the doctor told me I was going to die, I told him he was not in charge. And June has come through 2 major health issues that could have taken her life. Maybe there is something more for us to do, or something more to learn. We learn every day from our daily Bible study we have together using Kaufman's commentaries. We don't know what else God has for us to do. God is in control. June and I were the first in our families to find the truth, to find the church that Jesus said he would build.
I love the fact that you both, and I'm going to just pan over here to June as well. I love the fact that you both still believe there's something for you to do. And I agree with that. And do you have any ideas what that might be? What do you feel like you still have to do?
I don't know. It's whatever comes our way.
Okay.
We don't see too many people.
No.
We see people come in the door. You try to treat everybody in a loving way.
Yes.
That's what Christians are supposed to do.
Yes. Okay. I think just the very fact that you have that desire to still be able to do something for God speaks volumes to me, and I love hearing that.
He's still doing something for us too, because
Yes.
every day when we study, we are getting a more in-depth study
Okay.
and seeing things that we never saw before.
Okay. Can you give a quick example, June, and then we're going to close this off? Can you think of something that, because you've been studying the Bible for years, and yet you're still learning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Kaufman brings out things that we never realized had happened and ties them all together
Okay.
and brings scriptures from the Old Testament that prophesies these things.
Right.
You know, and this is, I think, why we're still here.
Okay.
Because we needed to know these things.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I am going to say thank you to both of you, and I'm hoping, June, that I could come back and do the same thing with you, because I think you've got some important stories to tell. But for now, I'm going to come back to Al and say, you have the last word. Is there one more thing you'd like to say? Or am I putting you on the spot?
Well, it's been really nice having you visit with us, and it's nice to be able to let other people know what happened in our lives,
Exactly.
and hopefully give a bit of an example
To others.
how you stay on track spiritually.
Okay.
You got to work at it.
Thank you. That's right. God bless you both. I really appreciate this.